Welcome to Lost in the Lakes, and we're back to settle a score. Right, we're back up ye old hill, back up here. Now, if anyone watched last week's video, my tent failed on me. I'll give you an update about that later, what's happening with that. But we've come back out, same hill, same place, different weather. Last week, the first time I came up this hill, I wanted a nice view of this behind us, and the weather pushed us back down. Last week, again, went up there, a bit more armed, a bit more gusto, and then the tent failed. If no one's seen the video from last week, have a little look, you'll see where my zip failed on me. It was quite dramatic. I tried to get it in the video. Obviously, when you're up in the mountain by yourself and something like that happens, it is dramatic. So try and put it across on the video, but anyway. So today, I thought I'd come back up for the third try at getting up there and pitching a tent. The only thing that's going to stop me is if someone else is up there pitching a tent, but it just looks like we've got sheep, and we've also got a farmer as well. So yeah, he just seems to be tending to his sheep. I don't think he's too bothered. Like I say, I'll be going up past the last wall anyway, and way beyond. So this time I haven't brought the Terra Nova out. It's still in tent hospital, waiting to get sorted. Lost sheep up there. So today we brought the Hilliberg, and I bought all the pegs from both tents with the aim to pitch it up there whatever the weather. And as it happens, at the moment there's no wind. It's supposed to pick up a little bit during the night, but nothing like we had last week. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get a nice summit camp. So just looking at cloud level, over here these are all sort of low fells. So the clouds above all them. Not until we look over to Grisdale Pike is some cloud in the fells. Obviously we'll see the back of Skidder here, but at the moment it looks like cloud levels probably 2,500 feet, something like that. As long as it stays like that, we'll get views down here. Obviously no sunset. You can see a little bit of red over there, but I don't think we'll get much sunset today. There's a lot of sheep out today, so that could be a good thing. You know, they all just seem carefree, obviously wary of me, but they don't seem to be bothered about any sort of wind or weather. So hopefully we have a letdown on the weather side. It's great and all dramatic and everything, but my last two camps have been really windy. So exceptionally the last one, and having the tent go and fail. Granted, it could have been worse. It could have been 3 o'clock in the morning. I could have been on the top of Skidder. But this is why I test the gear. On channels on YouTube, a lot of people have said that the Terra Nova Southern Cross 1 and Southern Cross 2 are like their storm choice tent. Now, I'm not saying I'm hardy or anything, but maybe I have high expectations of what a storm is. I suppose living in the Lake District all my life, kind of got used to hard, heavier winds and rain and stuff. Either that or people have just not pushed the tents to failure. Now, if you do have a look in the comments on that video, there's two people that have both said that they had zips fail on Terra Novas or Wild Country, which is Terra Nova's younger sibling. So whether it's just because I've had that and they've had that experience, so they posted that. I'm not sure how many other people have had zips go on those tents. But to be fair, it was windy. I mean, it was more gust. I think if it had been a constant wind, it wouldn't have put them sort of pressures on the tent, because it's like a constant pull if you've got a constant wind. But with me being on a ridge like this and the wind buffeting down, it went from 0 to 30 in a split second. So tugging on it, probably what made it fail. It's quite funny actually. This time last week when I was walking up here, met about 5 or 6 people. Same day, different week. Following on, haven't seen anyone. It's slightly better weather as well. There's still a bit of a breeze, but nothing like what it was last week or the last time I was here. I do quite like this little valley. Very quiet side of Skidder. Like I say, I've seen no one yet. And you know, even when I've been coming up here the other times, it's nothing like the amount of people you see anywhere else. Considering it's a decent sized track as well. There is a route off up that way. I think it comes up and goes along there, which takes you off Skidder way. Seen a couple of people. In fact, when I was camping down there, it was about 10, 11 o'clock at night. Someone had flashed a light and on my tent, and obviously looked down there and seen the tent, wondering what I was doing. And I watched them go off up there, sorry, and up that way. Obviously, as I was down in that gully there, it was a bit limited to what I could see, but I couldn't see them after that, but I'm only assuming they went on up that way. But yeah, there's another potential camping places up here, you know, this level bit here, and obviously on the top of that little mound there. But tonight we're going to go for this one. Now the wind is going to be going this way. I want to be pitching my tent facing that way, so the wind's going to be hitting the back. But I think the wind today is nothing, but we'll see what it's like when we get on the top. This here was very out of the wind last time, but it was a coastal wind that was coming in from behind that hill there and coming in that way. So camping down there, I was way out of the wind. It's quite nice camping next to a river as well. You do get used to that. Nice little sound of the flow of the river. Right, I've got my Proton and my Thurion on. Last week I just had the Thurion on and just a t-shirt, and I was warm enough then. But I was thinking, there's no way I'm coming off this hill tonight. So prepare for everything. So I'm roasting hot now, but like I say, if it does get cold, the temperatures drop down. Got plenty of layers I can put on, even coming off at 9 o'clock at night in that wind. This jacket with just a t-shirt underneath was warm enough for me. There was a bit of adrenaline going as well though. Right, got a steep little section here, and then we should be going up to the top. Okay, just looking at that little hump there and all this cloud here. It's about the same level as it was last week, but the wind's dropped a lot. This is the backside of these stones. I'm already scouting now where to hide out at. I'm pretty determined I'm going to get on the top here In summertime this would have been no problem, but yeah, there's still wind. Right, I'm up at the top now, so I'm gonna start having a look where I can stick my tent. It's kind of near the top, and I was all the way down there, hidden behind that. You just see a rock here, it drops down, hidden behind a rock down there, and still couldn't get away with it. Right on the top here, you know what, I might even get a pitch here. The world is my oyster, as they say. I can pitch anywhere I want as long as it's flat, and Hilliberg's fits on it. Kind of a point here. You know, I think we'll go back over there and we'll get the grand pitch right on the top. Well, just down from it. Like I say, this is just a little ridge walk. Oh, it's at the foot of a ridge walk. We're not really that high. Probably about the same height as Sail Fell. I'll double check on the OS map when I get a minute. I'm going to get this off my back, get the tent out and work out where I can put it on this area here. It's slightly off camber, so I might need to sort of jig it around just so I can get it flat. We're probably talking here, looking straight at the coast, almost directly east. Right. Starting to rain a little bit. Got the poles. Where the pegs at? Look at this peg bag. Yeah, it's full of pegs. Right, we've got this pegged out. It slopes up a little bit there. So I think might just bring it all shift that way a bit. Like that. Just down to there, I think. Like so. It's putting the front of the tent sort of on this slopey bit here, but I think we can manage. Right, let's get these poles in. And then the last one into there. Get the first clips on. I'm going to use all the pegs I've got. Right, let's get these tautened. Right, that is going nowhere, hopefully. Right, let's get in the tent. Right, the first thing I noticed straight away with this Solo, I know it's stronger, but the extra height that you've got on this, it makes a big difference. Being able to get changed quite comfortably inside this tent, albeit a one man, it's a comfortable tent to be in a winter night. And okay, it's got a smaller vestibule, and what I was saying the other time was about it being it could do with a bigger vestibule, but if you think about it, you spend most of the time in the tent itself, this part, you know, so if it's winter time and you've got these doors down, it is worth having, you know, this part bigger than the vestibule. And I think obviously Hilliberg do listen to people, and this tent's been around for a few years and designs have been tweaked and everything, and I think this is the sort of magic number for the tent configuration, and there's a reason why quite a lot of people have these tents, not just because they're the most expensive tents, but they're the ones that actually last, and yeah, you can feel the difference with the quality. You know, they use their own materials and everything, and it does it does rain true, whether it's the material or just the because it's their own, they can gauge the quality and they know what materials work with what. They're not having to listen to a third-party manufacturer of what their materials can do. They know what it can do. It's starting to get a little bit dark outside. But this is the first time I've been able to actually be on this side of the hill and look down there. And we've got Bassenthwaite just in the bottom there. It's Bassenthwaite village right there, and this is Bassenthwaite Lake. The village is mainly down here, but there's obviously a bit of a section there which you call Bassenthwaite. So it's quite a spread out little village, but it's mainly concentrated over here, just at the foot of Binsey. Now there's cloud coming on Binsey. We're slightly lower than Binsey. Right, I'm going to set up here, get everything sorted, and I'll bring you back and show you what I've got for tea. I'm trying something different with my lighting. I've got my lamp that I normally keep up here kind of suspended on my little selfie stick, so I thought I'll give that a try and see what the lighting's like. I've decided on this one, it's going to be a nice relaxing calm camp, much like you get in summertime. The past few camps I've had been quite windy, and although enjoyable, sometimes it's nice to come out and relax, you know. Part of me doing this is to get away and sort of, you know, being self-employed, you're always on the phone. This is a good excuse not to pick the phone up and just relax. And this is what I like about this trekker chair. You can sit back in it and chill out. But yeah, again, wanted to come up here, conquer the factor that, you know, this is the third attempt to get up here. So I was going to do it, but I wanted to also get through the night, which made me think about, you know, what about having a good night's sleep. So I've got some noise cancelling headphones, and by 10 o'clock I want to be nicely tucked away and fast asleep. So I'm going to get on with cooking my food now. It's just starting to get a little darker now, so the lights are starting to come on down in the valley there. And yeah, so cooking tea tonight. Got something slightly different. Let me just open this bag. This is a new one for me, a new company, Expedition Foods. Now, these were in a climbing shop in Ambleside, and they were next to the other expensive ones. The name, I've forgotten the name of them now. But these were a very similar price, £11 for that. This one's chili con carne. It's 800 kilograms. Not 800 kilograms. 800 calories. So it should be quite good. I'm hoping that Expedition Foods, being what it says, fueling adventures, fueling champions, will be quite filling. There's quite nice clear information on these. Some of the others, there's just a bit too much stuff going on. Oh, apparently they've been going since 1995. Expedition Foods Yorkshire. Hence why they need the plain English. It's just on there. Also, what I was on about, ready to eat in 5 minutes. So when it's cold, I think that's what you need. You know, you don't want to be sitting around with it cooling off. I know some people took it in their jacket to keep it warm, but yeah, I worry about it opening up. Let's have a look. Ah, here we go. I was just saying it was clear and concise. Right at the bottom there, in little tiny writing, you got water required 350 millilitres. Fill line number 9. Okay, so not much. That could do with being a bit bigger. Chuck it on the back with the instructions, unless they're just keeping the generic, keeping the costs down, keeping the back generic, because there's nothing to say what it is. And then this white badge here is an actual sticker that goes on the top. So yeah, the packets are generic, and then they have what they are on there. So preparation instructions, just literally bring to boil and fill to level number 9, which is 350 millilitres. Right, I'm slowly sliding down this. I need to sort myself out and get some food on the go. Right, it's been slightly over 5 minutes, and this thing should be cooked. Let's open it up, see what it's like. So again, this is the Expedition Foods, £11 this one. Right, chili con carne. It seems to be, you know, it smells like the other one that I normally use. It doesn't smell any different. I know chili con carne doesn't smell much different to anything else, but right, first impression. That's really nice. I was surprised about the sort of like meaty taste. Tastes like real chili con carne. So in the past I've freeze dried my own chili con carne, so I knew where it came from and everything. But I think the smell, when I said it smelled like the other brand I use, it's probably just because of the plastic. I'm cooking things in plastic, but wow, I'm actually impressed. This tastes like a proper chili con carne. One thing I haven't said about is the shelf life. I'm just wondering because it's only 5 minutes and the rest are like 10 or 15 minutes even. Is it because it's a bit fresher? Oh, 2029. So apparently this will keep for 4 years. Well, from when I bought it. Have I got a new favourite? I might have to try different ones of these. I mean, chili con carne is a kind of fail-safe. This is probably about the best I've had. Definitely. 800 calories, 5 minutes.
before it's ready. And it's actually ready at 5 minutes as well. So between that really fancy one and this, I think we've got a bit of a standoff. It's actually one of the best chili con carnes I've had for a while. You know, stag chilies and stuff like that. This is gorgeous. Got just the amount of spice, just the amount of flavour. I think these Yorkshire guys have got it. I'd be really happy with this. Just on a night out, if I'd went and booked a table and got a chili con carne, and it would cost me twice the price of this, I'd be quite happy. I'm going to call it new favourite, Expedition Foods. It's £11, but it's £11 worth it, definitely. Well, at least the chili con carne. Right, I'm going to eat this in peace, and we'll see you later. Well, it's been quite a successful night so far. We're on for 10 o'clock now, so I think it's time to go to bed. Just checking the temperature outside is 2.6 degrees. Good morning. We've reached the morning. We've survived. Yeah, so it's quite a windy night last night. As you can see, the wind never dropped, so I didn't really get that much sleep. It's it just turned 8 o'clock now. Been up awake about half an hour, something like that. So yeah, this is, if you can hear what the sound's like now, this is what it was like pretty much all night. It did get pretty strong. Popped my head out a couple of times just to check the tent was fine, nothing wrong. If this had been last week and I was in the other tent, I don't think I would have made it through either. And it just shows the difference between the two tents. Right, I'm going to get packed up, I think, and a bit more organised, and I'll get back to you in a minute. If anyone's after these at the minute, there's a sale on at the moment. I think you can get them about 20% off, which is a big chunk. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're going for £320 everywhere. There's the sleeping bag there. That's what I've got here, and they're down to £320 from this website. This is Running an Adventure, but if you put it in Google, you can get it. Right, just to show you, there's the cairn, there's the tent. So I was quite close to this little hill, be a lot lower than the rest of them around, but just speaking to a couple that were coming up today. They're on for a day up Skidder. I think it's going to be wet and windy up there. Right, a windy takedown. If anyone doesn't realise, I actually talk through every one of these tent lapses. Never really put it up. Anyone wants to know how to take a Hilliberg down in the wind? This is how you do it. Unhook all these little things. Keep all of the guy ropes in. Oh, sod's law, it's just started to rain. Dry all night. Unhook all them, and then you can take most of the guy ropes out. Yeah, probably all of them, to be honest. In most wind. If anyone's wanting to know, these are the pegs. These are the Terra Nova pegs. the same as the black label Hilliberg ones, and I use them for the guy ropes just because they give me a bit more confidence. The next thing I do, if I was doing a 2-dayer, I'd fold these guy ropes up, but I found I just do this at home now. I just like to try and get them into the centre. What happens is when you take the poles out, they go all over the place, but at least they're not wrapped around the poles. Sometimes get away with taking them out like that. If you lift it up, kind of thread it out gently. There you go. Right, poles in bag. So that's the easiest way I've found of getting the tent down in windy conditions. Let's get these. Right, so here the wind's just all over the place because it's kind of buffeting around, but mainly that way. So take all the sort of downwind pegs out. Fold it up like that, take the last 2 pegs out, and then keep on folding. Something like that. There we go. Pack it all down. A bit of air out of the bag. I don't get all of the air out because I don't need to squash it down that much. Shove it in the tent, shove it in the bag. We're all packed up and ready to go. That's where I was last night. Like I say, guys, every time, leave no trace. Nothing left, everything took with me. Right, I'm gonna follow, that's where I was there, and there's a footpath right here. Like I say, it's a quiet mountain compared to just over there, that little bit there. Most people come up from there and then go up the ridge. I've heard quite a few groups going up there this morning, but only one couple from here, from this way. Right, I'm going to go down to the aftermath of where I was last week. One, just to double check I didn't leave anything there. I'm pretty sure I got everything. And 2, just to show you guys where I was and what happened. It was a bit all sudden and dark, and yeah, it was a bit of a crazy night, but I'm glad it happened where it did and not on top of a mountain in the snow, have a big long walk off. Right, it was that stone there. I was looking at going up there. Thought I'd come down to this stone because it was more out of the wind. I bet it's really out of the wind now. It's a strange hill, this, with the wind coming in that way. I mean, the wind is in the same direction as it was the other night as well. It's quite funny, really, because the prevailing wind is normally off the coast there. Right, yeah, I was behind this. It's quite funny coming back to a campsite so soon. Yeah, I was pretty much here. Someone asked in the comments, did I pitch it into the wind, to, you know, the bottom end into the wind? So yes, I did. Did look like it was coming in from the side, and all I could think of is with the wind coming down, maybe it was buffeting round here and then hitting the tent that way. It's a bit strange sort of coming back to here again. Yeah, like I say, I don't know what went wrong. The wind was in the direction that it should be. Just burst open the door. And after that was game over, really. I think I went off down that way as well. Because that's the way I came up, but
the main footpath goes over the top here. Yeah, it's a different game camping in winter. It's a lot heavier and shorter walks because you've got more gear to carry. It's colder and you're spending longer in the tent, you know, up to 12 hours, not up to beyond 12 hours. I was pitched up at 5, got out the tent at 8 o'clock. That's 15 hours in a tent. So it's 15 hours the tent has to put up with all that wind. And Hilliberg certainly did outperform the other tent. That wind is chilly. That is a chilly wind. There's more people out this morning as well. When I was coming up here last night, there was no one. For what it is, this little sort of quiet way up, there is quite a few people. Looks like the sheep are being fed already. They're all by the feeder. I came down and I cut across by that field and went down the normal footpath. Skirts down that way. Feel that wind picking up again. This is this dodgy style. I don't think anyone uses it. It just drops away. Just as easy to go through a gate. Looks a bit rotten as well. Right, nice level walk back down to the car. Yeah, I was looking at this lower point here as a camping place, but there's loads of sheep on it, and it's not last wall. It looks like it, but the wall's actually further up there. It's a nice little place, this. So picturesque with the lake and the hills. Albeit on the edge of the Lake District, it's still nice. We are in the Lake District by a good few miles, but this is kind of the western side of it that you're looking at. And I think it's about 6 miles past the lake, the boundary of the Lake District. So we are in it, but we're on the edge. There's absolutely no wind here at all. It's quite weird. It doesn't take much to get out of the wind. I say that. Yeah, couldn't do that last week, could I? Well, if you haven't gone and seen that video from last week, then you probably haven't a clue what I've gone on about halfway through this video. And just kind of going on about it. Nice bit of stone walling there. Is that a tent? It looks like an Acto, Hilliberg Acto, but it's a bucket fallen over. If anyone's got any ideas of new tents, I'm obviously going to start looking at getting a lightweight summer tent that can hold up in any weather. So obviously it's going to be a 4-season tent. I want it to hold up in the wind. I've been looking at the Hilliberg Acto. I nearly got that instead of the Solo, but I got the Solo because that's what everyone's got, and no one seems to say anything bad about them really, just about the size and stuff, but no one's actually saying about them ripping or anything like that. So yeah, I was thinking about getting that Acto. The only thing that worries me about it is is it flappy? Is it noisy in the wind? Does it keep you awake? With being a one hoop design, yeah, so I really need to see one before I make a decision on what I'm going to get. I'm going to get the Terra Nova is going to go off back to Terra Nova, and they're going to have a look at it. They haven't said that they're going to replace it. Bit of a backstory is I did get it from the outlet. So although I bought it from Terra Nova, it's classed as used already. But I did mention that I've got a video to show them of it being set up. I didn't say I was putting it online and I'm going to berate your tent. I just said, look, I've got a video. I can show you the tent, what happened. And so I've sent them a private video, not without the dramatic music and stuff, just of what's happened with the tent. And they can see how it was pitched in the wind, and they can make a decision from that. So hopefully, I mean, some people have said they just give you a new tent, a new fly sheet. So we'll see. If not, if they fix it, then great. But I will be selling it. If anyone's after a Terranova brand new fly sheet, hopefully, Southern Cross one, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Right, look at this, no wind at all here. And we're actually, yeah, we are quite low down now. I think I've babbled on enough now, do you think? I think too. This has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.